Okay. It says that it's live right now, and I'm just gonna. This isn't gonna take very long, but I just want you guys to have some kind of, I guess, version of what we're gonna do. Okay, so a multi-view drawing. I'm just gonna open a random thing that I had, basically the line convention quiz, some random piece here. Okay, just to show you. After you draw these objects, and these objects are, and what you're doing basically in this activity, is you're doing this. It's called multi-view sketching, and if you look at these, there are 3 drawings, very simple drawings. The point of this is not for you guys to learn how to draw in Fusion. The point of this is for you guys to learn how to draw drawing files in Fusion. Okay, so you're going to draw all of these. Each one of these little marks, it says right here, is 1 inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you count them. Okay? That being said, after I do that, and after I draw it as an isometric view, I take the sketch, I draw everything that we've been learning, all that kind of stuff. After you are done, you basically go up to the top left here where it says design. We're getting to a whole other world now. You're going to come to drawing, and you're going to say from design. Then this little pop-up comes up, and it's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions. In your case, you're just going to leave this checked full assembly. Okay? We're going to do ISO because we want it in, we're going to do it in ASME because we want it in inches. Okay? ASME, it's got to be ASME. If it's not, then it's going to be messed up. Sheet size, we're going to guess. I would probably start out with most of the time a C just because it's bigger, but that's just my preference. You can change this later, so we'll talk about that. You press OK. Fusion is going to act like it's going to crash. Don't freak out about that, okay? Mine isn't because I have a little bit better computer, but your stuff might freeze up. It says it's like canceling and blah, blah, blah. Don't freak out. Just let it do its thing. About 10 seconds, 15 seconds, it'll be fine. The first view that comes up, okay, is basically you're going to allow to choose. You can drop this down, appearance, and you can choose what view you want to come in for the very first view. Basically, this whole entire thing is the blueprint version, but digital. Rather than you guys physically drawing these out, we're going to do this all digitally. So we want the front view and the first, okay? And if you drew it right when you drew it here, then your front view should be your front view, right? And your top view should be your top view. If it's not, it might be a little varied here. You see how that went away when I went to the other thing. To get back to that, we're going to come up to the very first icon up here. It's called base. Click base, and again, it just comes back to that exact same thing I was just at. The first thing I would change, other than the front view and whatever, that's usually right, is the scale. We want the scale to be full, so 1-to-1 ratio. And you can see how it just got bigger. Second thing I would do is I would make sure that this is visible and hidden. Some of yours are going to be like this, and some of you are going to be this. It's just how the thing views when it's done. So I click on just once, one click, and then I can press OK, and it'll change. Okay? Now, I'm going to come to this second icon, and I have the front view now. So I'm going to come to this second icon, I'm going to click it, and then it's going to ask me, it says Select Parent View. Basically, you're going to click the front view once, and you're going to scroll up and click again. And then I'm going to come to the right, and I'm going to click again. And then I'm going to right-click and press OK. Okay, you can see the hidden lines are done, everything is done. When I try and click once, say something's like messed up. I click once, and you see this little gray box right here. If you hold that, that's how you move objects. Do you see how the top view and the right side are kind of locked in? That's because, like we talked about, they project off of each other. One is meant for the other. This is representing this, just in a different view. Any questions so far? Whatever you save the file as, because that's the first thing you do, it'll show up, and I'll zoom in over here, it'll show up down here in what's called a title block. These title blocks are in every blueprint in the world. They're a lot more complex than the one you're dealing with, but basically they're the same thing. You can double-click these things and change whatever you want inside of here. You're going to want to change, first of all, the drawn by. Mine already comes up as my name. If it doesn't, again, you can double-click this and you can change it to your name. Your name has to be there, and in the title, just make sure it says multi-view, and you can, again, just type in. It's not crazy stuff here. Multi-view activity. Okay, press enter, and it pops up. Then I press OK, and it just kind of finalizes everything. The reason you have to change this is because when we're done with this, we're going to save this, and I'll show you how to do that in a bit. but it saves it as its own file. You don't have to do a screenshot of this one. Okay? The last part we got to do is we have to put the isometric in the top right. So you're going to come up to base, again, the very first one, and you are going to select, and again, it just comes up this way. We're going to select it says down here, northeast isometric. And you can see it comes up as the isometric view. Make sure you change the scale again. And the only difference on this one is we want this icon shaded with hidden edges because we want to make it look cool. Click it once, press OK, and then basically we can move this kind of in position to make it look pretty. Click again, and now you can see the hidden lines are there, everything is there, and the object is done. Okay? To finish this and to turn it in, this is probably the easiest part. Let me show you first. Let's say this sheet size was too small or too big. You come down here, and it says Sheet Settings. You can click on that, and then it says Sheet Size, and you can reselect whatever you guys want. You don't have to have it as C. I just probably recommend it as C. Okay? I don't know how big your drawings are going to be or how small they're going to be. To save this, the last part, you don't take a screenshot. You don't have to have your name up here or anything like that. If you go to Output, it says Output right here in the top right. Drop that down, Output PDF, and basically right here it'll say Open PDF, whatever. You press OK, and you're basically going to save that PDF wherever you guys want. Save it as multi-view, whatever. It doesn't matter if you put your name in it because basically what you're going to see when I go back into like my drawing file or whatever, my pictures, wherever you saved it at. Pictures. I go to multi-view. What I'm going to see is this beautiful PDF that I can zoom into and do whatever I want with to see down here your title block, and I'll see your name and all that kind of stuff. Okay? That's literally all you're doing. So you're going to draw, again, just for clarification, you're going to draw this one, and this one, and do those multi-view drawing files for each one of those files in Fusion. Does that make sense? Any questions, concerns? Okay. Get to work, guys.